Hello everybody, welcome to the 48th Pirate Skills Meetup. Today all about LinkedIn content magic. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. Thank you. LinkedIn is an absolutely exciting topic, as I can see, from you guys being all here. Maybe get yourself a bit more undressed because it's gonna get hot here tonight. Not because of the content, but just because you guys are all so hot. So, who of you is here for the first time? Amazing, wow. So, welcome to Startplatz in the Pirate Skills Meetup. I'm Ben, I'm a founder since 2008. Couldn't let it go since then, had to do one startup after another. This is what I consider number 8. And I have found my home at being a growth marketer, which I understand as the guy responsible for the user flow. Imagine the CFO is responsible for the cash flow. I'm responsible for acquiring, activating, keeping, and converting customers. So I'm hosting this now for 4 years. Next time is our 4th year anniversary, and I hope you join us again in so many numbers when we talk about automation for busy marketers. Yeah, now we gather all the leads. Next time we need to convert them through automated ways to our customers. And why I am personally excited about LinkedIn is that 50% of all my new followers are from LinkedIn now. Yes, I'm in a B2B business, but I'm pushing really hard on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok and YouTube. And LinkedIn has 50% of all new monthly followers, which we track every single month. So that's what keeps me excited about this topic. So let me show you what I got prepared for you tonight. First of all, we're going to talk about LinkedIn profiles versus pages. What is the difference? What should you do in which situation? Then we talk about post type performance. Is it better to post an image or a video or an article? Then we're going to talk a lot about increasing engagement because that's what all social media platforms are about these days. And last but not least, many of you told me in the survey that you wish we would explain ways to create content easier, to have more structure in it and to invest less time but get really good value towards your customer. That's what we're going to focus on in the last segment. And then around 20:30, we're going to have some time for a bit of Q&A and a lot of rum in the background and to mingle and connect with each other. And that's what meetups are about. It's not just about a guy talking here, but about you putting your input in here as well. So please challenge everything that is said here, either from me or from other people. That is fair game. And that's what we are trying to do here. We are on the path to mastering the art and science of growth marketing. And that takes a lot of discussion because it changes every day. So again, put in all your insights, use the comment section under the live stream. If you share this, feel welcome to use the hashtag Pirate Skills. That allows us to connect afterwards on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever you like to do this. Take pictures and do me a favor, share the stream tonight. Yeah, so go into your Facebook if you would like to do me a favor and share the stream if you like what you're seeing. All right, so you can also download all videos and slides from every single meetup. If you go to this URL, it changed now, you maybe used it before, and you can see that you're landing in a completely free e-learning environment from Teachable. And here we segment all the videos by sections, so it's easier for you to find what you're looking for. And you will see that you can download all the slides. You only need to register for the slides, and it's also free. Not for the videos, but you can download them if you want to have them as a resource for later. Lots of pictures and images and links are clickable on the slides, which makes it really easy for you to follow along or get back to the sources. So that's what you can get if you go to getpirateskills.com/magic or any other link that goes to pirateskills.com. How does LinkedIn make sense in the whole Pirate Skills universe? We are focusing on these 6 topics. And as you can see, the yellow one is about content marketing and storytelling. After we have a clear goal and a roadmap ahead, we want to know what is the right message for our audience, who is that, and on which platforms can I reach them organically. After that, We build funnels to convert reach and engagement into leads. Then we build a solid analytics setup in order to be able to put in some money on paid advertising, which we do in traffic generation. And then we do conversion optimization. So this is where the whole topic of LinkedIn content marketing is positioned for me solidly in that upper right corner. And again, LinkedIn is so valuable. If you look along the customer journey on our growth marketing treasure map, LinkedIn is valuable for all kinds of customer journey steps. Incredibly powerful at the moment for for customer acquisition. You can search anybody. You have extreme good filters and search options there, and you can just send anybody a message that you like to for free most of the time, yeah, within reason. And I recently had somebody close me on LinkedIn for a cash flow management software, and she did amazing activation work. Yeah, I registered for the software, but I didn't use it. Then she sent me a message, Ben, anything wrong? You're not using the software. Can I help you? Do you want to have a call? Amazing, yeah, for activation in B2B. Retention, if they keep on seeing your messages on LinkedIn and the value you're providing and the service that you're delivering, then people will be reminded of you again and again and keep using your service or building the trust that enables them to refer new people to you and to create real revenue. So LinkedIn is a very, very powerful player in the whole B2B lead acquisition thing. So this time we want to look into how you are actually doing with content marketing, me included. And this is why we set up this survey where we ask you to tell us a bit where you stand with that. So let's see what the results are. Let's click on here. And here we can see the real-time data that you put in. We see 82 participants with a 97.6 completion rate. So very few people were frustrated by this 3-minute survey. Using surveys on LinkedIn works like a charm as well. This is a tool called Typeform, which allows you to build surveys that are so seamless and smooth. You just had the experience. On mobile, it's even better than on desktop. Yeah? So the first question I asked, let me zoom in a little bit, was how would you rate your current content marketing? And lots of you were in the solid 3 out of 5 category. Yeah, we call it meh. Yeah, and then a lot of you towards the not so good category, and some of you are already feeling that they're doing really well. And then what are the most important content formats in your business at the moment? A lot of people, over 73%, are using primarily articles and pictures. I'm imagining a blog, imagining an Instagram account, text plus images on LinkedIn. I was surprised by the high number of videos. So 41% are actually already using videos in their marketing, or they think it's the most important one. I think there is such a big future for video for us in 2020. And then graphics, which mean like posters and infographics. A few of us are using audio. Any podcasters here in the house? What's your podcast name, Tim? Die Produktwerker.
Product owner podcast.
Product owner. Oh, that's a good idea. Is Thomas Riedel still in the house? Are you still podcasting, Thomas? No, he was around somewhere. All right. So the next question was, how often do you publish content? And before you guys entered it, the results looked worse than this. Yeah. So a lot of you are saying less than once per week. Yeah, and this is a bit of a warning signal. Publishing on LinkedIn less than once a week, you might consider switching your attention to doing something else. Yeah, like it is an attention game. Yeah, you have to focus on creating posts. You can either do it like seriously, or better, like focus on other activities that make you money, that give you reach and engagement. Yeah, the minimum is like once per week. So 1 to 2 times per week are 28%. 3 to 5 times is the sweet spot on LinkedIn with 22%, and 15% less than once per month. Yeah, and a couple of people posting daily. Great. So anybody here who's doing like crazy numbers, like 2 to 3 times per day? Really curious. Like Daniel is not here, he posts like 36 times per day. Seriously? Seriously? And having gazillions in reach. So what are the most important publishing platforms? Take this with a grain of salt. Of course, this is the LinkedIn meetup. We have been pushing it towards the LinkedIn crowd, so this might be biased towards LinkedIn. But even though it's amazing how powerful and impactful this platform has become these days. Then, of course, your blog and your website, which fits with most of you saying that you're using primarily articles. And then Facebook, Instagram, email, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest being way down. That might be because of the B2B crowd, but I see really still a lot of potential on Pinterest for sure. But YouTube to me is for Germans the most undervalued social media platform I can imagine. I will put at least half of all my efforts this year into YouTube, yeah, and LinkedIn. Those are going to be my focus platforms. All right, so that was it. Thank you all for your open questions. We'll process that and look that we can do more meetups in the direction that you want to learn. All right, let's go back to the presentation. And let's start talking about LinkedIn profiles versus pages. So this is the profile on the left-hand side, my profile, and on the right-hand side is the Pirate Skills page. So question to you, what is more important, the profile or the page currently at the moment? Who thinks it's the page? Who thinks it's the profile? Most of you think it's the profile, yeah? And I will later say that I would put in the beginning 80% of my efforts into the profile, but then also into the page. We'll get there. The main difference is, of course, this is a personal profile, a personal brand that you can build for yourself, whether you're building a career, being a founder, doing sales, doing marketing. This is where you are at the center, and this is the core essence of LinkedIn. While the page gives you a place where you can put all of your team members together working on content, pushing that, and even if a team member leaves, you still keep the followers. Yeah, if somebody who's really important in your company with 20,000 LinkedIn followers that you help them get it leaves, it's really rough. Yeah, so we have the page, and let's just compare them by the plus and minuses that I personally see. So profiles are strongest when you want to build a personal brand. It's way easier to get followers. It's way easier to get engagement and reach on your profile, especially in the beginning. It's the only place where I'm currently allowed to write articles. There is yet no way that we can publish articles except as a post, yeah, on pages. It's our access to Facebook, to LinkedIn groups and the new events feature. Who has tried the Facebook events feature for themselves? And who is here because they saw the LinkedIn event for this meetup? Very few people. Where the hell did you guys come from? Who's coming from Facebook? Who's coming from meetup.com? Who's coming from my email list? Where does the rest come from? Tell me. Eventbrite is, who's from Eventbrite? Interesting, interesting. Okay, that's a nice mix. So, and the downside of the personal profile, it's organic only. Organic means non-paid advertising. There is no way to push your, of course there are ways, yeah, I'm going to show you, but no official ways to push your posts and articles on LinkedIn only on your personal profile. Yeah, you can't spend money to get more reach like on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, which is a huge disadvantage because once you start scaling and once you want to get into lifting your profile and to use it for recruiting, for example, then you want that reach on your page. Alex Schad, where are you? I think you have a beautiful solution. He just named his page and his profile exactly the same, Alex Schad. And I actually couldn't tell the difference. really, especially when he's sharing posts and just promoting the posts that are being shared. Excellent solution, mate. So you can build a personal brand, and you can do LinkedIn ads. You get way more detailed analytics, insights from each post, more insights about your follower. It is the access to the LinkedIn Insights tag, which is a pixel just like Google and Facebook pixel, which helps you to retarget anybody on LinkedIn who has been on your website, which is amazing. It's way more scalable than your business, than your personal profile, and it can't move out of your company. And it's way more performant in terms of recruiting, but it does not have any way to post articles here. Yeah, but we will see that articles are a bit of a mixed bag at the moment in terms of engagement, so we will have to see. Would you guys like to add anything to what you feel is important, important differences between pages and profiles that we haven't mentioned yet? Anybody? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Totally missed that one. Yeah, direct messages, yeah, can only be sent by profiles. It is the most effective lead gen way that we're currently using.
Then also that function invite connections, which is, however, not always available to everyone.
Invite connections, yeah, to your page. I love it.
But right now it's limited to small networks.
Yeah.
Maybe also having several administrators. Maybe
having several administrators for one page is very important.
Commenting on other posts.
Commenting on other posts is also important. Yeah. The organic part is so good on profiles. Thank you very much. So just as a summary, in the beginning, I would set up a profile for every team member, yeah, the team profiles, and have one page. Just have it set up, have it properly connected to your LinkedIn profile that it shows in the Experience tab. And then you can get back to the page. Just let it chill. You don't have to push it if you don't need it at the moment. Then focus 80% of your activities on the profile. That is where the organic money is at the moment. And then pimp the page when you start to advertise or start to recruit. And again, don't risk only pushing one person on LinkedIn in your team. I've seen that in a couple of teams now. The person who is going to do the stuff we share today after time is going to get LinkedIn famous. It's going to get thousands of followers, and just de-risk that a little bit, because you are going to put all your content effort into one profile. Have it at least two. The founder and the main sales guy, for example, is a combination that I really like. So that's that. Again, here on the handouts, you have a list, because I didn't want to go into the whole profile, everything, what you need to do. I put a checklist on the back side of your handouts where you can see all the steps that I usually go through when I do a LinkedIn profile check with teams I work with. And they're all the basics, but also some smart ones. Yeah, and on the other side, you have the links towards the download slides to the next event. You can see that space is limited, so maybe grab a ticket for the next meetup now, yeah, if you're interested in this kind of stuff. And it also has my contact data on it if you have any questions about it or want to suggest a speaker or a topic or a case study from your end. So I will tell you this. In 2 years, we will all wish that we focused even more on LinkedIn than we are already doing it. No matter how hard we're pushing it at the moment, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be saying, like, why didn't I push it even harder? Why didn't I put in more money in advertising? Why didn't I do more connection requests every day? Yeah. So let's try just to gather those best practices today and then get on that train, because this time that's the land grab. Yeah, this is where Facebook was 2009. And we wish all we would have been in that time. So you have something to add to that?
So you say it's okay to start just pushing the invite button?
Yes, 100%. No, not randomly.
Because LinkedIn marks you if you
No.
if you are connecting to the right people. Right?
Yes, definitely. We're going to talk about the seller score, for example. Yeah. So we don't want to connect to anybody randomly. We want to get out there. So let's talk about ways to get out there. I try to establish, like, I'm thinking about everything like a chessboard, and I want to understand, like, what are the corners, what are the squares, what pieces do I have, and like profiles and pages, they are like the square. And now we can play on this board with a couple of pieces like the post types, for example. And there are huge differences in the reach you can get from each post type. What you can see here are examples of post types. Here, for example, we have the picture plus text thing. Here we have videos. Here we have a document, a slide deck with 42 slides that you can click through. And here we have an article. Those are, in my opinion, the most important post types you can usually do. Plus there is text only. Ollie? What is the word checklist? What about checklist? Yeah, a checklist would be in the document type. Like a PDF checklist would be perfectly here in the document section. Okay? I will try with the LinkedIn's checklist I just handed out, but I didn't try yet. I usually post these slides. So let's dig deeper into it and see like some nuances when I try to push it a bit through gray means. Image plus text, let's call this the baseline. This is the default post. There is no advantage towards reach. It's just our what we call baseline. And as you can see down here, it shows always views, like 1,105 views, 23 views. Here is on the page, we see impressions, which is for image plus text the same as views. Yeah, so every impression, whenever somebody scrolls through the feed, it shows up as a view. With videos, it's different. With articles, it's different. So some people are confused while their numbers are so good on the image plus text. I used to make that mistake myself. If we could actually see the impressions, we would see that there is a really different picture. So what is the difference here and why is the reach so different? This is just image plus text, 1,000 views. Text with link in it, 23 views. LinkedIn hates external links. So try to avoid them like a plague. You will have seen that in the past couple of weeks, we have only done links in the comments section. Yeah, it will also reduce your reach because LinkedIn is not stupid, but not as much as when you put it directly into the text. So if you want to get maximum reach, don't use links.
My most successful LinkedIn post had an external link.
Yeah, so that can be absolutely like explained by the algorithm. There were other factors. How much reach do you get on it? 3,500. 3,500.
Oh, almost 4,000.
Yeah. So you found another trigger that trumped the disadvantage of the reach nerf. Yeah, that you got through the link. Yeah. Then here.
If you find an article somewhere, how do you connect it the best way? Just if I find an article somewhere and I want to post it on LinkedIn, what would be the best way?
Good question. Honestly, post it with a link. Just if you post 5 times a day, don't create 5 times with a link, but use the 1 or 2 times with a link for sharing articles, for example, to your own blog or to industry best practice articles. Yeah, just do it with a link. Yeah. Jesus, hot here.
Does this only count for external links though? So what if I would publish an article on my profile and then share it on the business page as an internal link?
Yeah, that has less of a diss. Yeah. Okay, and on the right-hand side that you get to see that we have much more detailed stats because it's a page post. You get the impressions, you get exactly how many reactions, you get the click-through number, you get how many comments, the engagement rate. That is the advantage of a page, and you can learn much easier what type of posts work with those kinds of numbers. Yeah, if you try your stuff on the page. So that would be the first lesson. Be careful with links in those posts. Now let's look at articles. They actually get less reach than just an image with a text, which is really confusing because you put so much more energy into creating those articles, right? But roughly we have 200% less reach. Yeah, a big nerf here, and the numbers are really small, but that is, which I'm presuming, is because actual article opens are being counted, not the impressions. So people have to reach your article to get a view. And I substantiated that claim by putting some advertising straight to one article. They never ever saw it in the newsfeed. They went from Outbrain straight to my survey funnel building. And you can see that I have 488 views, which is way more than I would normally get. Yeah, I spent like 20 euros on Outbrain, so I got 488 views on that article, which is an interesting way to boost your LinkedIn presence. Yeah, using external traffic to your articles, which then calls people to action and helps them to connect with them on LinkedIn. You have a question about that?
What is the difference between article and Beitrag?
So a Beitrag is the normal post, what we have been talking about before. And an article is actually something that looks like a blog, a long-form article that is on a different site. It says like LinkedIn/Pulse/article name.
And completely different when I start writing it?
Yeah, completely different. It's a very nice editor, yeah, but it's a completely different experience than a post. And you have to decide to actually share it so it lands on your newsfeed, so it's optional. Yeah, but everybody should at least post one article because it creates a new area on your profile. In the activities area on the left-hand side, there's your last article. And it can be, for example, a good introduction to your company. And it will stay there forever. It doesn't go through like the activities, like shares, likes, comments, and posts. It stays there for as long until you write the next article, and then that's up ahead. So that's article. So it's the hardest to get high numbers for. Yes? Links. Yep. 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 Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You can test this on any social media platform. Just do the same post, one with an external link and in the text and one with it in the comments, and you will have much higher reach on the one that doesn't have an external link in the text. But the big but is we as growth marketers don't care as long as the conversion values are correct. I don't give a if I pay more as long as the cost per lead, let's say, is still better than if people have to go to the comment section and click there. You can split test that, but in terms of reach and engagement, it's night and day. It's like factor 10. Yeah, please. Can you use this?
Why did you invest 20 bucks at Outbrain and not at LinkedIn ads?
Very good question. So,
and it's new for me that you can only start with 20 euros and not 2,000.
Oh yeah, you can start with 5 euros if you want to. Why did I choose external traffic? It's way cheaper. LinkedIn are the most expensive ads you can currently buy. Yeah, on Facebook we say roughly, let's pay 10 euros to get 1,000 impressions. On LinkedIn it's 50. On Outbrain it's 1 euro for 1,000 impressions. The question is, again, I don't give a as long as the cost per lead is great. It's better on LinkedIn than on Outbrain. Then I would spend the money on LinkedIn, of course. Yeah, this is what we are now allowed to test and try and experiment with. And this is where we can share experience. So who of you has been spending money on LinkedIn ads? Okay, like who has spent like more than $1,000? Okay, so it would be really helpful if you could chip in your experience, what type of ads have been cash flow positive for you, because I always feel I need very high customer lifetime values to get my money back on LinkedIn ads. Do you have anything to say to that? Okay, no problem. So let's talk about the next type, which is the current not very hidden secret of LinkedIn. It's documents. You can upload, when you saw your feed up there, you could decide articles, Beiträge, or documents. Yeah, and documents are essentially PDFs, for example, or PowerPoint presentation. Like Microsoft and LinkedIn are, like Microsoft owns LinkedIn, so it works very well with the whole Microsoft Office suite. And you get a boost of plus 50% roughly in reach if you post documents. And again, it gets the highest numbers the easiest, because again, the impressions are counted. Yeah, when you just scroll through the feed, it's one view. And here you can see from my numbers that this is my page. Yeah, and this is the admin panel for my content. And you can see 4 posts, and one of them is strange. The engagement rate is 40%, while the other ones are like below 1%. What happened there? It was this post here, and I was looking like, what is happening? Why does it have a 43% engagement rate, which is a very high signal for keeping your post alive? And the reason it has such a high engagement rate, because every click to next slide, which is super easy to do, is an engagement in LinkedIn's algorithm, yeah, which gives it a really good boost. And you can increase your engagement rate numbers if you have to report those. But seriously, by factor 25, you should just start posting PDFs. And I'm talking creating a presentation of maybe 5 key slides, posting that on LinkedIn. It doesn't have to be 42. I think it's actually a bad idea to put up a presentation of 42 slides, because nobody will click through it. Yeah, like I think the sweet spot is going to be around like the 5 to 10 clicks range. Yes?
Is that the content that you would expect from SlideShare as well?
Yes, exactly. So I used to share it always on SlideShare, because when you shared it on LinkedIn, you could click through. Then they killed that feature and introduced their own, which is a bit weird because LinkedIn owns SlideShare. Yeah, so they nerfed their own thing. But in articles, SlideShare is the only way to embed a clickable slide deck still. Yeah. So, but I would highly prefer use native documents on that. Do you have something to add to that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, puzzled enough. That's good.
If you were to compare posting that PowerPoint into a video and implementing that PowerPoint into a video,
yeah,
would you go with the video format rather than a PowerPoint?
Nope,
okay.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
But I would say, like, why not both? That's what we are doing here right now. Right?
Okay, slides are increasing your numbers. It's nice for your head off maybe, but
and for your reach, actual real reach.
Oh, okay.
Plus 50%.
Okay, I see. And how about a conversion maybe at the end of the slides?
I don't have numbers for that. If slides support conversions, does anybody here have real lead gen numbers on like PDFs versus images or videos? Sorry. Good, really good question. If somebody in the live streams hears that and has good answers, then please post a comment, for example, to an article. If I would have to guess, I would say you get more reach with the document, and therefore you have a higher chance to get a decent click CPC. Because like cost per clicks on LinkedIn are more like €6, yeah, and we need to get that down. I currently have some interesting video view campaigns that I'm going to show you, which has like €2 clicks, which work way better. But just because engagement rates are high, maybe that transfers as well to this kinds of slides. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try. Experiment. Come back next time. Report, please. So that's what we do here. Then the next most important one, native videos. Native because, I mean, not shared by YouTube. There are two native video types on LinkedIn, that is uploaded to LinkedIn or Vimeo. Yeah, they have a complete, perfect integration with the Vimeo platform, and it counts as a native video. I have to see it still gets some penalties, but I don't think so. So again, 50% buff, but it's much harder to get the view numbers down here because it's only counted as a view if somebody watches it for more than 3 seconds. So you just can't skim through your deck, through your newsfeed. You have to watch it for 3 seconds, which in internet time is like half an hour. Yeah. So again, what do we see here? We see one very personal one. I'm celebrating my 7th anniversary here at Startplatz. Like 2 weeks ago, I posted that. I got 3,000 views with 89 reactions, 11 comments. And here was a video from our meetups, a share with 447, which I would present as the normal case, nothing special. And here is a video from the page. And here you can see that you actually get the impression stats, 1,349 and 514 converted into views out of those. And you can also see that part of this has been sponsored, but the stats had not been aggregated yet properly. So video has become very important for me also because of sponsored LinkedIn ads. It's pretty much for me the only viable way to advertise at the moment for my own brand on LinkedIn. With other brands like InMails work fantastically or post promotions. But for me, I can only afford video views. Yeah, because with a click, you have to bid oftentimes more than €2 and you end up paying 6. But with video views, you can bid down to 5 cents per view. And I think that's awesome. 5 cents per view. I'll show you the data. Here are my LinkedIn ads. And these are pure video view campaigns. These 4 videos are roughly 10 minutes long, which is the maximum of the LinkedIn video size, length at least. And you can see how many views I gotten, what the view rate is, how much I paid per view, and that you can see I had to bid 5, but I'm only paying 3, which I take all day long on LinkedIn. Right? That is the cheapest, for me, as to my knowledge, the cheapest way to get your posts out there at the moment. And you also get view stats. How far are people watching this? We have 1,420 views and 91 watched at least 25% of the video, which would be roughly like 2 minutes 30. Yeah, which is a good number. Yeah.
And you only pay 3 cents if the video is shown 3 seconds at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair, isn't it?
That's fair.
Yeah. I guess you actually pay for impressions, but this is how it's counted. So for me, that's fine. And then you can see how many actually completed it. And in your retargeting settings, you can decide who you want to retarget, how long they watch your video, which is fantastic again. Yeah. So video views are really important for me, and it shows me very quickly the difference in engagement rates with the topics I'm playing, yeah, and the video style that I'm using. These are all pretty similar, but sometimes I have videos that only have a 10% view rate. So maybe I fucked up the cover image. Maybe the first 3 seconds were so boring or nothing happened that they didn't recognize it as a video. And you can start experimenting. I'm doing this same experiment at the moment over at YouTube, because if I take the time to do the LinkedIn videos, why not cross-promote it on YouTube, right? or the other way around. Cost you extra 10 minutes, but compared to the time it takes to create the video and to think about what you want to create, that's really cheap. So let's look at the YouTube world for 1 second and what my insights have been here so far. So this is my channel that is desperately in need of subscriber. If everybody here in the room will do me the favor and go to getpirateskills.com/YouTube and subscribe, we could actually double the amount of subscribers. Please do, if anything you have learned so far has been interesting. Yeah, so do me the favor, search for Pirate Skills or go to this URL and subscribe and ring the bell for the notifications. Really helps the YouTube algorithm. Because we started pushing it like towards the end of the year. We have always been uploading videos a little bit just to embed them. Yeah, but now we started to push them. And you can see that we now start to also get some views on those videos. Of course, to be fair, this is sorted by popularity, of course. So here you can see the real numbers from the YouTube ads, which are very similar in a few regards, but very different compared to the LinkedIn ads. So this is Google Ads. Who has been working here with Google Ads so far? Quite a couple of people. YouTube Ads specifically. Okay, also a couple of people. But Google Ads are the access key to YouTube Ads, which is, again, the most undervalued placement that I currently think is available on Google. Because for some reason, video production is considered as hard, so they all do banner ads. And they all bid on keywords. Typhoon? Yes, yes. My cheapest cost per install, like with a 400 euro daily ad spend, has been on YouTube. 12 cents per install. Yeah, that was fantastic. And then also conversions to subscriptions in the app later. Maybe it had to do with the audience. It was primarily for gamers. That was just a marriage. Yeah. So let's look at 4 videos again and look at these amazing numbers. So we have those 4 videos, again, the same amount of minutes, roughly 10 minutes. And you can see that I get 4,409 views. I paid 2 cents on average per view, and I paid 101 euro. That sounds like a good deal. Paying 100 euro, getting 4,400 people to watch your video, and a view on YouTube is much harder to get than on LinkedIn. You have to watch for 30 seconds, you are not allowed to skip it, or you have to complete the video. And then, only then, you're a proper view. And now the craziness starts. Yeah, we have those 4,400 people. Now let's look how many people watched the video. And we are talking about skippable in-stream ads. Do you know those super annoying ads that keep you from watching the video you actually want to watch? Would you watch a 10-minute video? No way. But people do. 30% watch 25% of the video. 22% watch half of the video. Isn't that crazy? And even 16% complete the 10-minute video. What is going on here? That is the biggest difference I've seen between LinkedIn and YouTube. I think I would prefer the YouTube ads, the LinkedIn ads for pure B2B business generation. But this cannot be overstated how crazy this is. So what did I learn from that? Risk long-form videos and ads. Risk it. Start with pure value videos. They are just video segments like the one we are recording at the moment. And this just is a byproduct of this meetup happening. Yeah, and a byproduct of the slides being created and me presenting the content of those slides together with you guys. Yeah, it's just a byproduct. But this discovery was so significant for me that I definitely wanted to share it in this meetup, even though it was not LinkedIn specific. Just reconsider that. 10 euros per day give me 1,600 minutes of attention. Unfucking-believable.
Ben, there's a question on the live stream.
Do you want to read the question in the live stream with an awesome microphone?
Thank you. Pascal Hohmann is asking, hi Ben.
Hello, Pascal.
Does LinkedIn support vertical videos?
Does LinkedIn support vertical videos? Yep, LinkedIn supports vertical videos. I've seen a guy, Engin, I'm following him as well. I wanted to ask him actually about it. So Engin, if you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure you're doing it, why are you using vertical videos? Because in the stream they get cut off to squares, and I hate that. Yeah, if you press on it, it's fine again. But it's absolutely supported to do vertical videos, and I think that is something we will see more of in the future, especially on LinkedIn, because it has classically just been the normal landscape mode, yeah, on LinkedIn so far. So I hope those were some interesting insights here. Any other questions from the live stream?
Not yet.
So what I want you to take away from this part of the presentation is that videos and documents are at this point in time, and this might change again in a couple of months, are the best content types to push on LinkedIn. Documents especially, they are easier to create than articles these days. Just use a tool like Canva and your PowerPoint or Keynote to create good, valuable PDFs with your insights, and you can get a ton of more reach and insights there. And if you can commit to producing video, Arjan, can you just raise your hand? He created a crazy video tool, which he's trying a lot at the moment on LinkedIn. What's the name of the tool? Swings. And how can you get to Swings? How do you spell it, the domain? Also, S-Y-I-N-G? Ah, .app. Okay, S-W-I-N-X .app. Fantastic. Great. I think it's really exciting what you're doing there. Yeah, it's very interesting, a much more engaging way to create videos, and helps us content creators to do good videos in an easy way that is still very modern. All right, so let's get to the third part. Now we go deep into what actually creates engagement. Let's talk about the LinkedIn algorithm for a moment. So this is a graphic posted by linkedIninsights.com, which is a great resource to learn more about LinkedIn and the algorithm. Let's zoom in a little bit. And you can, if you have downloaded the slides, you can just click on the picture or on the link, and it will direct you to the OG source of it. We have to think about and explain why his most popular post was one with a link in it. Even he got downgraded. So the basic LinkedIn loop works like this. You create a piece of content and publish it. Then it gets an immediate quality score based on what LinkedIn can read from the images, document, text that you put in there, the people you tagged. If there is no red flags, you can continue displaying this. And then they watch and monitor the likes and shares and comments and views on your content. And if it's all right, yeah, they give you like a virality classification, then it keeps playing it if everything is fine. That is the basic loop that happens. And as long, especially this monitoring, gets signals like likes, which we'll talk about in a second, this post will continue living as long as there is engagement. There is always something like a decay factor. That means older posts get less visibility, the same as on Facebook. But the decay factor on LinkedIn is not as rough as on Facebook. This is why you will see that your post will live on for days and weeks sometimes. Yeah, I guess this was the case with your post as well.
It lived on for weeks.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that is one of the bigger differences, but also one of the things that might change on LinkedIn on us. Yeah, and the decay rate goes way higher. Yeah, and our posts die quicker. And this is why we need to seize this time right now to get our presence on LinkedIn, to stake the claim, to find the treasure, because later it's going to be much harder to get there. So, but what happens if you get flagged for anything, like an external link, or curse words, or any other factors that LinkedIn might not like? You create content, it gets a bad quality score. that triggers the is content good? If no, it can be completely filtered and reported to the quality control. And that hurts you. And you always have to make sure that you don't get a bad quality score. For example, if you notice that you have post types that just do not perform for you, that have low engagement rates, don't keep posting those ideas. Just start changing, shifting, and adapting, and do more of what works on LinkedIn, which will increase your reputation. You get an easier high quality score. You will be continued display. You can engage with the people. You get the virality index. The content is good. If not, filtered, and you lose the reach. That is the basic cycle that we have to keep things on. That means, in essence, increase the engagement over time. You can reactivate posts again and again. If somebody likes it, or you tag somebody in the comment and they like that post, and then it gets reshared to their network. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So the main thing, yeah, well, let's go back for a moment.
At this point, would it make more sense to, for example, tag people when you post it, or tag them over a period of time so it stays kind of like viral?
I guess that's do both if you have the sanity to do it. I don't. I do the tagging at the beginning, but I can't keep up with like dripping my comments and tags over time. But I guess that would be even more advantageous. Yeah, to keep posts, especially the ones when you know you have a winner. When you see, for example, in the page stats, oh, high click-through rate, high engagement rate, keep that one alive for a while. Test that if that works for you. But otherwise, the work involved would be, for me, too crazy. Okay, so that begs the question, how do I get higher engagement rates? Yeah, and we're gonna look through some interesting ways to get there. The main idea is to make it completely about your customer. Yes, people, it works like posting like an award you have won on LinkedIn, it works amazing, but still make 80% of your posts about your customer, their issues, solutions for them, not about you being the hero. This is what I meant in the video. If you saw the trailer, be Luke, not Yoda. Be Yoda, not Luke. I'm sorry. Like, you don't want to be the protagonist of the story. You want to make your customer the protagonist of the story. The customer always is in this situation. They are here and they want to get somewhere there. We have this landlubber who wants to become a real pirate captain. Yeah, but there are problems in his way. And these problems distract him from or hurt him from actually getting to that goal. And it's your job to show them how to solve those problems with your solution and your content. For me, it's always stuff like, I didn't have a website, I didn't have enough traffic, I don't have a funnel, I don't have enough revenue. If I can solve those problems for my audience on LinkedIn, they're gonna have a really high engagement rate. And you have to think about, where's your customer currently? What are their issues? And where do they want? And how can I help them get there? Yeah, we talked about that a lot during the last content marketing storytelling, so I don't want to go too deep into that. The best book I have found on this is Building a Story Brand from Donald Miller. Who has read this so far? Is it good? Yeah, I wasn't into this whole storytelling thing before I read it. It's such a clear framework, so it's a highly recommended book. It's not the only good book out there, but it's the one that I felt has given me the most value. And the basic premise is this. Every story is based on the same framework. You have a character like Luke Skywalker, and he has a problem. The evil empire is after him. Killed his parents, poor guy. Then he meets a guide like Yoda. And these guides, Yoda and Obi-Wan, give him a plan. Like, trust the Force. Go with your instinct. And, very important, he calls them to action. Fight the evil empire. And then consequences. Luke, if you succeed, you're going to be able to destroy the Death Star. But not if you don't, if you fail. then the rebellion is going to be crushed and the Sith are going to reign the galaxy forever. So this framework basically works for all businesses as well. And he put it in a free tool at mystorybrand.com. And I redo this a couple of times every year. And I really define who is the character, who is in my core audience, what is the problem they have. And he has some nice subcategories to sort them in. And how I can position myself as a guide with empathy and authority. You need both. And give them a very clear plan, and then not forget to call them to action, to actually go here. A transitional call to action example would be come to the meetups. A direct call to action would be join one of our full day workshops. Yeah? And then what do they get in the end? How does success look like for your customer? And how does failure look like? And this all transfers into a nice character transformation story. And now your content marketing is done. You look at this thing and say like, what am I going to post first? Which problem do I want to talk about? Which challenges? Which parts of the plan do I want to talk about now? Do I want to talk about the positive consequences or the negative consequences? Each item is an absolutely fantastic baseline or starting point for an article, a video, or even just a simple post. Fill that out for you, and you have the quality stuff of content marketing solved. Now let's go into the more hacky quantity stuff, okay? But if this is not working, yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of hacks you're doing. If you're not resonating with your audience, you don't get reach. You don't get conversions. So, but this is a really high recommended resource. So, in summary of this part, everything from the quality side of LinkedIn content marketing needs to be about your audience and not put yourself in the position as the hero. Let the customer be the hero. Make it all about what they want to hear. Yeah, and then add what you think, what they need to hear as well. So that's that section. Any questions about this so far? Cool. So I'm, if you guys would know me, I'm scared of this word, hacks. Yeah, I hate it when people call me like a growth hacker. Yeah, I call myself a growth marketer because it kind of symbolizes to me like, yeah, I want a quick fix. I want the silver bullet solution. I'm more the systematic, strategic, long-time guy, but then getting into the nitty-gritty and actually making those strategic plans work. But I think I found some hack-worthy mentions for LinkedIn. So, first hack is use pre-validated topics. This is BuzzSumo. There are a couple of clones of this service, and if you type in any keyword here, like LinkedIn content marketing, and search, it's free for a couple of users per day, and it will automatically sort them by engagement on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, number of links, evergreen score, and you can already get a pre-vetted list of highly engaging titles and topics for yourself. The difference this makes is so huge. Yeah, you can use this technique on any kind of platform. Use Quora, use Reddit, all the platforms that are ranking articles or posts already, or even look at your competitors' posts and see which ones are outranking. That is the basic idea. Look what has already been proven. And all of those articles are already genius level articles. Yeah, so look at them, make them your own. If you're posting in German, you have the big advantage that you can heavily orient yourself on those articles and nobody will notice. If you post as I am on LinkedIn, you 100%, and even in German, of course, you have to give it your complete own spin. But still like an artist, take the idea and make it your own. BuzzFeed was also nice enough to make a study about what kind of articles in the B2B segment of all of their articles have the highest engagement rate and what words those articles start with. And I think they are a great way to just think about what should I write about. The future of, how to use, need to, how to create, here is how, you need to know. Fantastic. All of those articles already sounds enticing, whether I don't know what happens after the beginning of this article. And yes. Yeah. Actually the 2018 version was better. Yeah, this is the last one was the 2009 one. This is the 2018 version of the study. It is longer, and you can see that yes, X ways to, X things you, X reasons why work really well on LinkedIn. Yes, please.
Are because it's the weak in German. Can I translate these buzzwords literally into German and words, or?
Sure. Go with your German understanding of language, and just transferring American stuff to Germany doesn't work so well, but the idea is still valid. But Germans are different, definitely, and you need to talk to somebody who has a really good feeling for the language, yeah? Like Lisa here in front. So yes, you can, but like you have to reduce the American bullshit level to the German seriousness level. Okay?
You know what I mean, yeah.
Okay. So there's even a tool by LinkedIn who gives you that. Yeah, it is called LinkedIn Content Suggestions, and you can get suggested articles based on your own followers. What have they been engaging on LinkedIn with an engagement score already? So this is a very interesting part. It's also an advantage of the page. You only get this if you have a page. And if your page has a few followers, because otherwise it doesn't have any data to work on. But this is also another area in the LinkedIn admin area. Yes, please.
But you can't select only German content, right?
Actually, I think you can. I think there is a... But I think if you just select Germany, they will promote more German articles. Yeah, because I think it's even language agnostic. Yeah, so, but I wouldn't mind to post an English article on a German feed. Yeah, people, and all of you don't mind sitting here. Who of you doesn't speak German? 1, 2. Sometimes we have 4 or 5 people, because an English-speaking meetup attracts the internationals. Okay, so then the $80 strategy. Who has heard of that for Instagram? Yeah, that is the famous Gary V $80 strategy, which is totally genius. So the idea is this: give your 2 cents, on the top 9 posts of the 10 hashtags that are most important to you. That means you go to LinkedIn, click on one of the hashtags that are important for your business. For me, it's growth marketing. I look at the articles with the most engagement, and I leave the most valuable comment I can think about on this article. And I do this 90 times a day. And that's the $80 strategy. And I think nothing we can do, it's hard work, yes, it's hard work. Nothing we can do, but this is as effective as actually doing this. And imagine, there are only 2 ways to get reach on LinkedIn: create content, engage with content. That's it. And that is the masterpiece of engaging with content, the $80 strategy. I love it. Yes, please.
Some people,
Maybe you take the mic.
Sometimes I see people, they publish anything on LinkedIn, and then they put like 10, 20 hashtags on front of it. And I go to those hashtags and there's nothing. So it looks like to me like a lewd, a mechanic, and maybe you can explain this.
Yeah, so those people do not understand hashtags yet on LinkedIn. Yeah, we have to learn this. Like I'm on the journey. Yeah, just as everybody else here on the room, and we have to try stuff, and lots of stuff we are trying does not work. So hashtags now really work on LinkedIn. The sweet spot seems to be around 3 to 6 hashtags, so less than on Instagram. And you can go on each hashtag and you see how many followers that hashtag has. And you should create for yourself a list of your hashtags and number of followers. And you should choose a high follower, a mid follower, and a low follower hashtag for the posts, that you have a chance to rank really fast on the low follower one. And maybe then, if it's trending, you can go to the mid, and if it's really trending, you can go to the high volume keyword. Okay, so that's a bit of the strategy that I'm practicing at the moment. Then let's go into the dirty world. This is called engagement pods. Engagement pods are groups that very often connect on WhatsApp, on Telegram, that have a rule. If I post something, you're gonna like and comment it. And everybody does it for each other. And the numbers and reach you can produce from this can be quite staggering. And the high volume players can get together, the people like above 10,000 followers, yeah, they can help each other in such crazy ways. Yeah, and you can do it for yourselves. Yeah, if we would just mix up and have a WhatsApp group, hey, I posted something on LinkedIn, and the rule is within the first hour you have to react. If you don't, you get kicked out of the group. If you like repeatedly, yeah, you get kicked out of the group, because the first hour on LinkedIn is the absolute must-have. And this is also, Markus, maybe a solution for your drip comments and likes. Yeah, Arjen, you have something to add to that? Good or bad experience with engagement pods would interest me a lot.
Actually both, but I wanted to ask something about, I wanted to add something, a quite bad experience I had. People started posting in my name. Yeah. And I couldn't find a way to get out of that. I activated two-factor authentication, logged out on every device, and they still...
Which service did you use?
Lampod.
Okay, yeah, because with Lampod you actually connect your LinkedIn account. You could do a manual one as well. Yeah. Yeah.
What if they start posting, I don't know, some really bad stuff with my LinkedIn profile?
This method is a huge risk because it's 100% against LinkedIn policy. But I was talking about hacks, right? So give me a break here. So Lampod is, and there are many clones of this service. Yeah, test what you want, add your own parallel. It works. Yeah, but there are so many other ways to do it. So there's another way that is completely in line with what LinkedIn wants. First of all, get your profile to expert level. Yeah, if there is a line on your profile which says like how far you are you like all-star or expert, and you need to be on the far right-hand side. That you just need to fill out every single question they ask you. That is supposed to have impact on your reach and your engagement. And the other part is the social selling index. Can you guys try and go for yourself to linkedin.com/sales/SSI? Yeah, that shows you your social seller index on LinkedIn. And if you have a number, shout it into the room. And this number shows you, compared to other people in your industry, how established you are as a brand, how connected you are with the right people compared to people who don't engage with you at all, engage with insights, and build relationships. Yeah, yes, please. How it gets selected? Oh, I don't know. Good question. Ah, the company profile. That makes sense. I can imagine that. So who has a number? Huh? 36? 47? The big one. The big one here. 63? Cool. 74. A hustler. 57. Anybody who has crazy scores like in the 80s, 90s? I haven't seen it yet. I'm just asking. Like, okay, so social seller index. If you go to that page, LinkedIn will explain to you what you should do to increase that number. And this is essentially their way to reward you if you are very compliant with the way they want you to engage on the platform. Connect only with relevant people. Yeah, that actually engage with your stuff. Don't auto-bot follow everybody. Yeah, and this is what is reflected here. So get that up. So here I have a couple of, yes, please. Ah, that's a good one. So the question was, do I have a number about daily invite? First question is, which account level are you on? Are you free, premium, or sales navigator? Free. 10? 10, maybe if your networks grow to 20. Sales navigator, Alex, correct me, I say 150. What do you use at the moment? Yeah, with Sales Navigator, 80 to 90 people. Alex does that a lot. Maybe Alex, can you stand up? So if you have questions about this LinkedIn stuff, he's my go-to source for that. Sure. Yeah. Good question. Should I accept all the invites? So, as a fun way of saying it, I say like I spam harder than they. Yeah, so I win in this game, but I do not accept invites. That means 80% of times I will accept. When I will not accept, if it's obvious stuff like high ticket closer. Yeah, SEO services with the name Gupta in it. Yeah, it's like the obvious ones, but they have become fewer and fewer the better your network gets. So everybody who connects to you is a chance for you to reach them. So accept. Yeah, accept if it looks scammy to you or unprofessional, then don't, because they might hurt you. But 80-90% of cases I would definitely accept. All right. So let's just put that into a few bullet points of what I think. Do more of this, do less of this. So more would be proactively ask for comments. That is the one thing you can do in a post. Ask people in a post. Make questions out of your post. Don't just state your wisdom, but invite the wisdom of your audience. Adrian?
Are your followers annoyed when you at the bottom of your post like tag? What I typically more frequently see?
So tag relevant people. This is why I put in the word relevant. If you always tag the same people, they might get annoyed. But if you rotate through your network, it is very easily distributed. Yeah, if I were you, I would create like a top 100 list of people in your network that you want to like to increase your level of engagement with. Just tag like 5 people on every post, then they get tagged every 20 to 30 days. Yeah, nobody will notice that. If you want to go for that, you don't have to, but it definitely helps. Then comment on every comment. Also, your comments are considered as engagements. And if you imagine you were LinkedIn, would you rather show a post of somebody who is actually engaging as an author with the people who are commenting, or somebody who ignores the comments? Yeah, it's very easy. Then use roughly 3 hashtags. experiment with that. We are really not at a super safe level of sophistication here yet. Tag relevant people and push the post in the first hour. If it's an especially meaningful post, even consider pushing people from other networks, from Twitter, from Facebook there. Don't do that often, just in very special cases. And you can even, what works, if it's really incredibly important to me, and I'm very sparingly doing this, send people a message. I would like to hear your opinion on this. It works perfectly. Yeah? Yes, please? No, no, no. I love your questions, really.
Can I ask you a question? When did you start posting regularly?
Christina, when did I start posting regularly? Because she's posting everything I'm posting. Yeah, when did you start doing it? A year ago?
Yeah.
In August? No, so half a year ago. Yeah.
So I personally use this thing. I ask for like successful profiles to comment on my post. I'm like I mentioned already.
Yeah.
So when I take the time and I post something, it doesn't get the engagement obviously that I want. But when I ask someone to do it, boom, it grows.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
One point is that like how much of this thing you really do, you know what I mean? And then at the second time, like where do I find the hunger to want to keep on doing this?
I love that one. Where do you find the hunger to keep on pushing that? For me, that's the same as actually doing sales. Does calling more people help your sales? 100%. Does it suck doing it? 100%. Yeah, it will work. Keep at it. Yeah, it is a numbers game on LinkedIn, and don't lose your motivation on this. Keep at it. At how many followers are you at the moment? 1,100. Yeah, it's gonna get fun really soon. We had Matti on this ride. We started like how many weeks ago?
I don't know, 4 or 5.
4 or 5 weeks. We had 2,500. Is that correct? At the moment, and it's starting to get so much fun because people are now contacting him inbound and opportunities start to rise. Go above 3 and you are already in a high segment, and then try to hit the 10K. So there's a question behind you. Wait. I already missed his question.
What is the best way to push an article or a post in the first hour?
Yeah. Okay. So the best ways to push an article in the first hour is tag relevant people, comment on every comment, have your team like it. You will see that liking is even more powerful than sharing an article on LinkedIn. It's completely strange because it's different than on Facebook. Have your team engage with it. I, for example, have a Discord group or a Slack group, and you can post the article there, tag your team, and say, "Go comment and like." Yeah, and yes, you could, for example, use advertising as well from external sources, but that again would be a shit ton of work. Yeah, to do, but it is possible to do it that way. Yes, please. Yeah, wait. Let me come to you. Let me come to you. You were at the moment in the LinkedIn Let's Do Everything We Can phase, so we need you here in the round.
You want me to come to the front?
Yeah. And then
I'm a cinematographer, and I'm like, one of the biggest challenges for me is to find out, I'm like, how do I tell people this is what I do? You know what I mean? So how do I bring that into my LinkedIn posts? You know, so what I started to do was, I was like, hey, let me be the guy who teaches them how to use the right camera, or how to light it, or how to sound it better. Their video, because everybody want to do video on LinkedIn. I was like, let me be the guy who does that. You know, this is good for me. You know, I'm like, I can keep on doing this, but I see some people, you know, talking about some personal stuff.
Matt Diavella, you know him? Matt Diavella on YouTube.
No.
Dude, Watch him, he's a filmmaker as well. He did The Minimalists, for example.
The guy with the beard?
Yes,
The
and
long
I
beard,
think
right?
there's, no, not the long beard,
Okay.
short beard.
Everybody has beards these days.
Sometimes he has this mustache, like this, yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, Matt Diavella, do what he does on YouTube. It's so amazing how he positions himself as a filmmaker.
My question was that though. My question was that do you make personal videos on LinkedIn, even though this is what I do, like from
Yes.
time to time?
Did you see my 7-year at Startplatz video? That was the most personal video I've ever done.
But that's still work related though.
And it was by far the one with the widest reach. So personal. We are humans, works on LinkedIn. Super weird, right? So do it, and try it. And don't let anybody tell you that it doesn't work. Just check it out if it works. Oh, sorry.
Is it the timing also important for posting on LinkedIn?
Oh, yeah.
In the morning, after?
So the question is, when is the best time to post on LinkedIn? In the morning, on the weekend? When should you post? We recently had a guy in one of the teams. Other Leaders Academy people still here? No? We had a LinkedIn guy over there who's saying that Sunday is actually pretty good. It's one of the most active days on LinkedIn. And I have also noticed that my Sunday posts have quite a long lifespan. But it might also be because I decide that Sunday I post personal stuff. Yeah, that might be biased through that. So in general, I would say watch when you get the most likes and comments within the first hour. On Instagram, I think it's easiest to see when your followers are most active on the daytime, and just go like at the beginning of that peak engagement curve. Also look at your website in Google Analytics, where you can see what is the busiest weekday and which time of the day is the busiest. Yeah, and I would start with that and then experiment. As a general rule, Sunday to Thursday in the morning. Yeah, because then you have the whole day to engage. Alex, would you like to add to that? Maybe, where's the mic? Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so there's an application that's called shield.io where you can actually see the engagement of your posts.
Yeah,
when
Shield.
most,
it's a good analytics tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Typhoon?
How important is writing for Google SEO when you write an article on LinkedIn? I have a question added to that because I have to choose between Medium and LinkedIn.
You don't.
I don't.
I don't think you have to make a call. So LinkedIn is not that good for SEO. I would have the Medium as the primary source of your article, submitted through Search Console, that Google knows, that's the first index. Then a day later, put it on LinkedIn, and at the bottom, first published on Medium. LinkedIn does not reward you really well for SEO compared to Medium. Yeah, I think. So that would be the solution I would go for at the moment. Republishing your articles on other sources way over exceeds the penalty for duplicate content, in my opinion. Stefan, what's your question?
Push the post in its first hour means push it in LinkedIn. But isn't it the sense of social media to push it in every channel of social media, in Twitter, Facebook, and so on? So
then you cannibalize the native nature of the posts on the other platforms, because the other platforms penalize you as well for putting an external link on their platform. So I would always go for treat every platform like their native placement. It deserves its own formatting, its own writing style, if you want to go that way. So if you want to really push and get a signal, go for it, once, twice a month. It's also a good idea to cross-promote your profiles once a month, no more. Yeah, you get too much penalties for that. You have 20 posts per month on LinkedIn for good reach. Those are your 20 slots you have to plan for. And having more than one, like on that kind of post promotion, is not cool. Okay, so what shouldn't you do? Did I mention everything? Push it in the first hour, comment on other people's posts. Weird thing, when you comment on other people's posts, people show more up on your own profile and engage more with your own content. like natural things that happen in the real world as well. So do less of. Don't overuse links in your post. Mention that. Use them, of course, but don't overuse them. 2 out of 5 per week is like my rule at the moment. Don't share more than 2 times per day. There is no reach for your 3rd post per day on LinkedIn. So if you just have an event, yeah, for example, today I could have posted several times per day, but post number 3 is dead. Yeah, just try it. It's really interesting. Not like Twitter, yeah, where post number 3 is really cool. So don't do it more than 2 times per day. Easy for most of us. Yeah. Don't repeat low engagement post idea. If you think about, like Sean said here, I want to do more personal content. If you notice it has low engagement, don't keep using that. Same way to do it. Try different ways. Just become better at it. And then don't position yourself as the hero. Let the customer be the hero and make it all about them. Help them all day long. And the question, what should I post about, is essentially answered by this nice story brand canvas, right? That's pretty true. But what is the opportunity cost if you would, with 10,000 people, also follow these rules? You still get good engagements, but with 10K followers, plus you are compliant, that's really nice. But I want to hit 10K this year 100%. Yeah, I'm so eager to get there, finally. So, in summary, this is pretty basic advice, but following the basic LinkedIn advice is as easy as sticking to a healthy diet. It's not. Yeah, it's really hard. The $80 strategy is so basic, just as drinking more water and eating non-processed food at the right times of the day is easy. Yeah? So do not only think about the hacks, but make them actually applicable to you and your business and your rhythm of work. Make a habit out of your LinkedIn content publishing, just as you need to make a habit out of healthy nutrition. Otherwise, you will do it for 3 weeks and then you will burn out. So also consider that you use all the hacks, but probably the most important hack is getting into the habit of posting really regularly valuable content for your audience. All right, so last part, publishing best practices. Let's go over this really quick. As an example, yeah, this is my LinkedIn, and what I try to do is content alignment. I do not have the time to produce too much every single month. We're posting on a 7-day week schedule, and I need to align all of my efforts so I don't have like one piece of work here and then I'm trying another article here. I need to make everything work together. This is an article, and if you go to it, you will see that at the cover I use pretty much the cover image from the Meetup. Then I use the Meetup article that I already write like a LinkedIn article. Then I put the YouTube embed video in there. I put the slide share in there. And now I have one article with text, image, a video, and a slide deck, which would be considered a really, like from a modality perspective, very engaging piece of content. But it all came through content alignment. Yeah, I'm forcing myself to do this once per month. And these days I don't have to force myself. This is like what gives me joy, yeah, to do this here with you. And this creates an article, a slide deck, a long video, 6 short videos, like 6 10-minute videos, 6 60-second videos, all out of this one event where I have to put in all my love and really focus on what customers need, and everything else is aligned with this effort. And for this is the kickoff of the content story month. And now for the rest of the month, I'm going to post about content and storytelling on all of my channels, completely aligned with what I've been talking about today. That saves so much time compared to trying very individualistic things here and there and there and there. So what I also do after I have my story straight, I think about what type of content formats do I want to do. Short videos, long videos. Yeah, we have that. We post the Meetup stuff. We have event summaries. We have downloadables. We have challenges. We have polls every month. We have the survey that you participated in every month. We have a giveaway. We have lead magnets. We show growth hacks. We can share books. And all of those need to fill my 20 slots per month that I have on LinkedIn. I do not have more than those 20 slots. That is 5 days a week. Yeah, Sunday through Thursday, or Monday through Friday. And every slot gets a format. And then I think about, do you want to take a picture of that? Yeah. Then I think about what are the core topics I want to talk about, because the formats, they are just the frame around it. And now what is the picture inside? You can see my 6 topics: growth roadmap, content and storytelling, funnel building, data analytics, traffic generation, conversion rate optimization. The umbrella is growth marketing. That is what I talk about, and I focus on every topic once per month. So I have a 6-month cycle until I'm again at the same topic, hopefully now with new insights and at the next level. When I think about what are my core topics, I ask questions like, if I were to write a book about this, what would be the chapters? And I look with Amazon Insights into the table of contents of what other people in my area write about and what their table of contents looks like. Then, of course, we have all the customer problems and their journey. We have the core products and services we provide that we can that are surrounded by topics. Then we can talk about the consequences and failures and the whole transformation process. And if that's not enough, and I think for 90% it should be enough, go look with the keyword tool, look at BuzzSumo, Quora, and Reddit, and look with those high engagement articles, what topic are they around? Yeah, and try to find what is a real trigger. This is now the 3rd time we have been talking about LinkedIn, and it's every time the room looks like this. Yeah, normally we have 50 people and we like it that way. Yeah, and this is more than 50 people. That is a signal. Yeah, and that tells me, dude, talk more about LinkedIn. So then I put this into a publishing plan, Stefan Monmont. And this publishing plan can look as simple as this. Just have one format for every day of the week. Monday is podcast, Tuesday is event pitch, Wednesday is a growth hack, Thursday is a downloadable, Friday is an article, Saturday is monthly content that is around the topic, and Friday is something fun. We have something with the pirate figures. You do that on every single platform, repeat. Yeah, next week, next topic. That is the simplest way. The way we actually are doing it right now looks like this. We have a monthly template. Christina is the master of the monthly template. And you can see that for every single week, every post, every email is already in there, format-wise. And I, as the main content creator, only have to think about what is the main topic and what do I want to fill this frame with every day. And that takes me like half a day for a whole week of content. Yeah, maybe even more. See that every single week there is something there. Here, for example, on the last week, on Saturday, I post fuck-ups. Yeah, last Saturday you saw my horrible title for the GDPR meetup, which was called GDPR. Yeah, and there were 9 people in here when there were normally like 50. And so I try to share those kind of things from time to time as well, what does not work. So this is how we do it and how I would suggest you would do it as well. Go on a monthly schedule, decide how many slots you have. B2B people go with a maximum of 20 slots. That is 1 post per day, per business day. And you can also go with with like 15 or 16. Yeah, that is fine as well. But that is about the speed I would go for. Decide what are the most awesome formats you can think about, and then fill them with live every month. And that will decrease the amount of time you need to invest into content creation a lot. Okay, so the lesson here is to completely align your content, what you actually have to produce to earn more customers anyways. When people tell me, I don't have time for content marketing, what I do is, okay, then how about you just produce the content that you need for the sales process? What is the best prospect you can do, the best presentation? And start with that. And then just go from the hottest lead, from what they need, to the colder leads over time. Bye, Auntie. And then you have a fully aligned content strategy starting at the most significant point, which is the point of sale. Yeah, Stefan, do you still have the question, or is it up? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, you tell us to find the big topics and write the big bull, but doesn't it work? It also the other way around, to be the king in the niche.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So within your niche, find the biggest topics. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what. Yeah, that's a good addition to this. So niching down works incredibly well. If I, like Alex, would be the growth marketer just for LinkedIn, that is an incredible position to go for at the moment. It's not what I personally prefer, but it's a really good business decision to niche down and focus even more on very specific verticals. So, last but not least, yeah, let's have a short Q&A and some rum. There are some additional resources that I would like to mention. A lot of the data came from Richard van der Blom, a Dutch guy who is also, that worked, right? That one worked. A Dutch guy who is also really good LinkedIn sales trainer. Yeah, and then of course the LinkedIn Insights article with the algorithm. Buffer has an incredible, very long article about LinkedIn content marketing. Then the BuzzSumo sources, Social Media Examiner, and as a little bonus for more really hacky stuff, seriously on the dangerous side, Josh Fechtner's BAMF Bible. Yeah, it's the growth hacking Bible. His ideas are amazing. Some of it is a bit outdated, but just because he got out of the game, you will not find Josh's LinkedIn profile anymore. So be careful. Yeah, but some of the stuff is really awesome. So again, you have the handout at your under your desk, and you have the checklist on there, and you will also see that you can join us with the next meetup and have the link in there. Save the ticket. Yeah, now otherwise the room is full again, and you're very welcome to download this stuff. We are going to process everything tomorrow, and on Friday all of the videos will be nicely segmented into the parts that we have covered today, including your questions. And what you see on the left-hand side, again, we have done this for every single meetup before. So this is a huge resource that grows every month. Would love to see you on the other side there. And that concludes what we wanted to cover today. The next time, we're going to talk about how to use marketing automation to convert all of those reaches, all of the reach and engagement into actual leads and into customers. And look at tools like Zapier and see how you can zip and zap data from one source to the other and really get your busy life, yeah, in a bit simpler ways. Yeah. And please come, because it's the 4th anniversary of the Pirate Skills Meetup. Jesus! Can you imagine? I totally remembered when I started this here for the very first time, and it was just because there was no growth marketing meetup that I could go to. Yeah, so I I just started this, and look at this amazing community. I thank you very much for joining us tonight. So let's have the Q&A, and during the Q&A we use the time to write the feedback as well. On your sheets, do you have this feedback form? Can I borrow yours for a second, please? I would please ask you, just tell me, what did you specifically like about this topic? What didn't you like? And how could we change it to make it even better for you? And at the bottom, there's the NPS score. How likely would you be to recommend it? Keep this feedback and then put it into our treasure chest at the front here. And just take the time during the Q&A to fill it out. This would be really great. And then we announce the winner of the survey. Are you ready for that? Thank you very much. So you had a question, Ellie. Can you tell me what your question is?
There is this section in the profile that people can come and say good things about you, or
Yeah.
you can go and say good things about
Recommendations.
them. How important is this section?
So it is recommended that you have at least 3 recommendations. I personally only have 1, but that is the general recommendation, that you have 3 from the last year. Yeah, and if you're into social selling, yeah, more than the content marketing stuff, then that's what I would focus on. If not, it's okay to have them. And it's easy to get them. Yeah. Any other questions? Yep, here at the back.
Is there any downside if you're like set up a profile and your page, like looking almost the same?
Nope.
Nope.
Not that I know of. Any downsides known?
Confusing for some people.
Yeah, I think that might be the only thing, that sometimes it could be confusing if you have the profile and page at the same time. We have the same problem. We used to have it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, when you got too many friends and you needed to start a page, and it was a bit confusing. What should I follow? What else? One last question, maybe. Yeah, then 2 questions.
It's not a question, this is a comment. So
Yeah,
I
please.
fear that a lot of the advices we got today lead to a lot of filter bubbles, and at the end, the information, the real value of the information is shrinking over the next years.
Why do you think so?
Why? Because we just reinforce the algorithms, the topics, the trending topics, and there's not much room for creativity.
I absolutely agree with that, by the way. We see that the BuzzFeed stuff is ranking really well, even on LinkedIn, and we think we are so sophisticated on LinkedIn, but the same trigger shit, like 5 best ways to blah, 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 works there, and the algorithm rewards it. So it's upon us to really stick to our story and be the trustworthy resource for our customer, despite algorithm. But that is 100% on us. But really, thank you for adding that. Would you comment to that as well? What was your experience? How do you solve that problem for yourself?
No, I'm using LinkedIn for many years now.
Yeah.
I have about 800 followers in about 10 years. So
Yeah.
I really doubt that.
Yeah.
I think it's not a problem. It's up to you how you use LinkedIn. But it was when I started LinkedIn, it was about the quality of your network and not the size of the network.
And now it's
I think now it's getting different with LinkedIn. It's more, they try to be a more Facebook appeal. They want to grow. They want us to do this content comment, and they want more traffic on their platform. So that's okay. I did not yet have the real way to create my content. That's why I'm here, and I got a lot of inspiration. But I think I really need to sit down with myself and think about a strategy how to use it. And I think that's the tool. The one side is the tool. Yeah. And maybe the next time we could talk more about the
creative process.
Of the content.
Yeah, we had one meetup completely dedicated to that. Maybe if you look 6 months back, same meetup, that was very much about the art. I always say, like, Pirate Skills is about mastering the art and the science of growth marketing. Yes, we talked a lot about the science, and the storytelling part was about the art. Yeah, about keeping the right frame and attitude when you are creating and posting, so that you're doing it conscientiously, not only what people want to hear, but also what they need to hear. But still, this is the growth marketing, Meetup, and we tend to like to grow a lot. Yeah, and we need people like you to balance this and also stay within our core and do what's good and right. Yeah, so thank you very much for that. Last question from Eberhard. What's your name tag, man? You have such a wonderful name.
Oh, it's on.
Ah, okay.
So my clients are mostly German, but my network has a lot of international followers as well. So I post in English.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the right strategy, or do you see advantages to post in German as well? And how are you doing it? Do you mix it?
No, I don't. To answer the last question first, I use Xing for German. I use LinkedIn for English to separate it that way. We now started to post on Xing in English as well because it's much more effort to translate it. If you have to ask who's my customer and who do you want to reach? I want to go for international. Like I'm a guy that comes more like from the science part, and no prominent scientist would publish in German anymore. Yeah, because you want the international peer review. I want a guy from San Francisco or from New Delhi to call me out on my bullshit. That is a bit of my attitude behind this. Keeping it very open-minded, not hyper-local, even though I love this, getting in touch with everybody, but still keeping an open mind and keeping it international. So I think that's an attitude thing. Positioning yourself hardcore in German is way easier than international, I think. Yeah, and the YouTube and LinkedIn experiments also went so well because I included the USA and Canada and Australia into my targeting groups. Yeah, and here in German, even though we all understand English, it's still a bit of a barrier. All the workshops, we have never done a workshop in English because when it goes to the nitty-gritty, people want to stay in their safe zone for now. This is for getting you out of your box. Yeah, but then putting it into action, that's where German is strong, and I would not underestimate it. Yeah, so that's kind of my opinion, not a real answer. So guys, thank you all for your questions. That was amazing. Matti, do we have a winner? I'm so curious because I never know before. It's your name. No, just kidding. just your first name. Matthias Kobia. Where are you, mate? Way, congratulations. Fantastic. So send me or Matti a message, yeah, on LinkedIn, for example. And there we can, we will send you a ticket code, which you can use for any workshop in 2020 that you want. And if you want a recommendation, which one is best for you, just talk to me later. Yeah. So if you want to get in touch, again, here's my contact data. If you have any further questions, I love to discuss all this kind of nerdy stuff during lunch. We can do this anytime or having a beer. I also want to really thank the Pirate Skills crew for making this event possible, for having this amazing bar at the end and this beautiful room. Thank you, my team, yeah, for making this possible. And the last thing is LinkedIn reintroduced the local connection feature. Yeah, they killed it. So if you want to connect with the other people in your room, open your phone, turn on Bluetooth, and go to LinkedIn. I will show you a way how to connect with anybody here in the room as long as they go this way. Open your LinkedIn and go to your networks. Go to your network, and here at the lower right corner, they reintroduced the feature when you want to add people. It says, find nearby people. And we will wait a little bit, and suddenly people will pop up, and we can connect among each other. And yeah, I see, for example, Sascha Latzberg, and I'm not connected to, Massimo, Sandra, Felicia, Felix, Lucy, Sean Alami, yeah, definitely will recommend that guy. My network, and then the blue plus button in the lower right corner. You don't want to connect with people, bit? Come on, the love. All the love you can spread. Isn't that a fantastic feature? So if you ever give a talk and want to give people a chance to connect among each other later, use this little hack to use the opportunity that we are actually close by. And that is it. Let's have some meet and greet and plunder the bar. Thank you very much, guys, and have a nice evening. Bye-bye. That is the next upcoming meetup. Bye-bye live stream. See you in a little bit.